Okay, as promised, we've got the de Havilland Beaver here on floats up in the left-hand corner, and we're going to depart Rio Vista, where was our last destination. Came down the Sacramento River from Sacramento down this way, following the old river. Some new, some old. Anyway, today we're taking off and we're heading south initially down the Sacramento. Then we're going to go in here to 3 Mile Slough. And 3 Mile Slough has some interesting things that there's a state park there called, let's see, what is it? It's Brandon Island. Let's see if it's Brandon. No, it's Brannan, Brannan Island. Big recreation area with a launch ramp, a huge launch ramp here. A lot of camping can take place. And in the summertime, this delta, all these waters are just barely under 70 degrees, and it can get up into the 90s, but on the water it's about 10 degrees cooler. And if that's too warm, if 80 is too warm, just jump in the water. That's just a little under 70, a little chilly. So we'll get off in the old Beaver and we'll come around this way. This little area was the outrigger, little dining here. We used to go there for breakfast, and this is where we used to do a lot of wakeboarding in here. And the prevailing wind comes across here, and these levees break the wind. So this is all glass. The right half that we're looking at here, little waves, little 3-4 inch waves, so there's a slight chop. Over in here you might get a foot of chop, so this wouldn't be good for wakeboarding. Then this is the San Juaquin River coming up here. It comes over from Stockton and comes up the valley to Stockton and then goes west to meet the Sacramento over to our left. Then we're going to fly down Fisherman Slough and on straight on down to Frank's Tract. There's Bethyl Island, big area, look for houses. There goes Taylor Slough over there. But we're just going to go along here, I think, time permitting, and we'll go right in. About here is right in there is the Rusty Porthole. We used to go there for lunch, and they've got sweet potato fries that they cook up there. Great hamburger. And we'll just fly around this area. Taylor Slough. This is Dutch Slough going through here. And I forget what's over this way. But this Bethyl Island. Just great delta area. So we'll make a couple of tours here, some of the hot spots, and that's what we're going to see today. Taking off from Rio Vista. Yeah, that's the icon, little amphibian. The wings fold back. You can put it on a trailer. You can trailer it here and there. It's classed in the light sport class. And
Oscar 88 traffic to Havilland 527 Bravo Charlie, taking off runway 7 departing straight out.
So the light sport rating, you don't have to have a full pilot's license to fly it. Anyway, we're in the Beaver. You have to have a pilot's license for this. And in my time, I never did fly a Beaver. It has a radial engine, and you hear it. It really sounds great with with the radial engine. So we'll look at it from the outside. You can hear the chugging of the radial engine. They say that the Harley-Davidson engine, that's 2 cylinders out of a radial engine. And radials run 3, 5, 7, 9. They just they go right on up. They got 2 rows of offset cylinders for the World War II 2,000 horsepower R2800s, Pratt & Whitneys. And this may be a Pratt & Whitney in here. Let's get going. Oh, these little things hanging down, that's so you can, when you bring it into port, they can grab a hold of this to help you get docked. And we'll be putting the wheels up and we'll be landing in the water. So let's get behind this machine, give it full power. Got to take the brakes off. Wheels up, flaps up. Oh, and there's that retirement community right behind us there. And we'll be going right. Travis Air Force Base, way off in the distance, over by Fairfield. And there's this deep water channel coming down from Sacramento for the ships to go up there and get the rice and whatnot. Okay, and we'll fly over Rio Vista. And there's a cantilever bridge here. Looks like some of those steel railroad bridges. And it goes across right there. It's a drawbridge, so the ships can get through. Here we can actually look down. Here is the inlet to go into 3 Mile Slough. Actually, that's Brandon Decker Island. Folks come up from the Bay Area, which is kind of cold and foggy. The wind coming off the ocean makes it cold, and we can bring back the power a little bit. And this line going across, don't know what that is. This line here, there's no bridge going across there. Causeway, nothing. Anyway, folks come up from the Bay Area in their boats to come up and enjoy themselves on the water. And down in the Bay Area, it's quite chilly. So it's nice and warm up here. So now we can see that this is Highway 160 comes up all along here from Highway 4 over by Antioch. That's Mount Diablo in the distance there. And so here's 3 Mile Slough. And again, we used to do a lot of wakeboarding right down in here. The prevailing wind comes across here, heading for the valley. This is Brandon Island. You'll see the ramps for going the boats, and then you park your boat. This is where the outrigger, where we used to go to breakfast right there at the outrigger. So this was our #1 spot, and on this side of the slough, it's just absolute glass going up and down here. Very little traffic along here, and then the waves, you start getting a little chop on the east side of the channel. Like right along in here with the wind, you get a 1 to 2 foot chop in here. So we're coming over. Of course, this is levee along here. And we're going to fly over here to Fisherman Slough. We did a little wakeboarding in here, but then you have a few marinas, and you don't they don't want you going making wake in there. The boats kind of bounce around, and it's a little bit hard on them. So we can look over this way. Back at that's the San Juaquin River going back down, and about over in there, over to the right side of the picture is where the Sacramento comes down in. Okay, now we're going to go right down Fisherman Slough. Little bit of wakeboarding in here. Again, it's perpendicular to the wind airflow, so you get nice, as we call it, glass for wakeboarding. And we're heading down here for Frank's Tract. We'll look back over toward the San Joaquin going back down. And right in here, there's power, PG&E Power, and the yacht club I belong to is right in there. And then there's a high-rise bridge there that hasn't been handcrafted, so it looks like a causeway going across. That's where we'll end up. And going in here is Taylor Slough that goes around from here, the right side or the west side of Bethyl Island. And Bethyl Island is right on Frank's Tract up here. And Frank's Tract, actually here we're going right here. Probably blew down. This is Frank's Tract right here. And so the tidal surge and so forth, back when I was born, 1937, blew down. They rebuilt it, pumped this big lake out, which is called Frank's Tract. They pumped it out. This is Bethyl Harbor right here, big yacht harbor. They got boats stored in those little trailer park right there. And right here is the yeah, right in there. We'll come back and make a touch and go going back the other way. We'll go right around this way. Is a rusty porthole where we used to go for so this is Frank's Tract. So this is a lake that's 8 feet deep with water. And so they rebuilt the levee right there, and then the next year, 1938, it blew down again. So we're going to come right in here right in here. Could have used a little flap. Talking too much. So right along in here, probably right at the end of this land just out to the left was right at the end here is the so they don't this has not been handcrafted, but right in here is where the rusty porthole and the sweet potato fries. Okay, I'll give it a little flap for takeoff, and let's see how we do here. And there's a strip of land, an old levee that goes along to the left there, and then right down in here is the sugar barge. And the Sugar Barge is another restaurant that's along in here. It's a little more formal, and I can't quite pick that out. And back there where the rusty porthole was this land goes all the way along there. There's a few little cuts where you can go in and out. So we're heading down here. I forget what the name of this slough is, but the next slough down here is the Dutch Slough, and it goes back along here. I gotta find it. Oh yeah, I cut in a little too soon. This was a subdivision they were doing, which was back in '08, and they're probably building in there right now. But everybody would have a dock, and there's the little docks are right there. Okay, now we're in Dutch Slough, and we go along here, and to the right here, this is all known as Bethyl Island. And right here is an old riverboat, and that's the San Juaquin Yacht Club right there. Here's the downtown of Bethyl Island right there, shopping area. And then this goes over to Taylor Slough, and Taylor Slough takes us right back out to Fisherman's Cut, which is where I said we didn't do a lot of wakeboarding in there. And you couldn't do any wakeboarding along here. There's too many slow zones, 5 mile an hour zones. Along here you can go right under this bridge a little way through here on Dutch Slough. And of course, when you're going along, you can't see over the levees. You might see those towers, but these levees are 10, maybe as high as 15 feet high on Dutch Slough. And then coming out of Dutch Slough, we'll look back at this might be Jersey Island right there. And then if you came along here, you would find a little way around the edge, and there's a little strip of land which is an old levee that another one that blew down, and this is called Big Break. Is right in here, and then we go right back into the San Juaquin River, coming right down. The San Joaquin runs right out, and to the end there is the Sacramento River. And we'll look over here toward Brentwood is over in here. Of course, that's Mount Diablo in the distance. We can look back at Dutch Slough and Bethyl Island. And again, the 160 bridge, you can kind of see the ramp going up to the high-rise bridge right here. But in fact, there has been no handcrafting. And back up, that's back up toward Rio Vista, right up that way. Right about up in there on the Sacramento River. Okay, now we're getting down to Lorenzens. I forget how to pronounce the marina here. But here's the 160 bridge going north. They got the cars water skiing across the San Joaquin River. And we're going to slow down because we're going to land at the I got to bring in the flap this time. And this would be running right into the bridge. And we got to keep up a little power here. I better head out this way. And then we can turn it around. And that's the power plant. We're just going to go back to the west so we can see the old yacht club. See how much of the Sausalito Ferry we're going to see. Yeah, there it is. It's right here, and again, it hasn't been handcrafted, so we have to deal with that. And this is all nice, like a high-end campground. This is the caretaker's unit right there, and you can park motorhomes and so forth on a limited time basis. I think they can be in there for like 14 days at a time. Okay, and so this would all be covered slips in here. This does not look like, but you could get a look at the ferry. These are the covered slips right here, and possibly it'll stop. We'll run into stuff here. No, we can make it. Let's get behind it here, and we'll go tie up at the guest parking. And there's a couple of big yachts here, and Frida and Don used to have their yacht right there. And we'll just go straight ahead here. Hopefully it stops when it hits the dock. Boink. All right. So let's we'll look around here. Yeah, there was more docks there. We had our own ramp. And I busted the winch down there. one of the first things I did. So this is the Sausalito Ferry, and it was I don't know when it was built. Probably built in the late 1800s, I think. Anyway, it was retired just before I was born, 1935. And it was towed up here. And there's 7 acres here. This is the Sportsmen's Yacht Club. Look at that. We got a sand dune there. But these are all slips in here, covered slips, and it's really amazing. And they do build cement parcels here. We're kind of tucked into a commercial area. We got PG&E on one side, with something else on the other. Anyway, that's enough of that. Miss you all at Sportsman. I'm going to send this up to Frida. So actually, I didn't know we could get up high here, so you can look down toward the. I think this was a Japanese built. This is more recent, and then the big. This is the old original power plant. PG&E owns that part. I'm not sure who owns this, and this building doesn't exist. But anyway, all kinds of boats parked in here. I forget how many members. Great time, and I'd pull my boat out of the water. That was a Yamaha 230, I think it was, something like that, with some letters after it. Something X, and had the ski tower, and I'd pull it out each time. It sat on the trailer when we weren't using it. But when we came for a few days, we'd park right along here. Okay, that's enough of that. Thanks for watching. Bye.